Well, this is our second Wednesday Lent devotion. And last week, if you missed it, hopefully you can go back and see it, but we talked about original sin, that we are since we're sinners because of the original sin, that therefore we sin. Not that we sin and that makes us sinners. No, we are already sinful. And because we're already sinful, because of that human nature of having a deceitful heart, having that sin in us and that sin passed on and passed on and passed on, as we talked about last week, well, we sin. I mean, and think about this. I mean, from the very beginning, do you have to teach a child how to sin? No, you don't. You have to teach them how to do what is right and what is wrong. So let's go back to the Garden of Eden. I mean, think about this now. You have all these trees everywhere, and pretty much Adam and Eve can, every single one of them, except for one, they can take whatever fruit they wanted from. I mean, do all sort, whatever. It didn't matter. They could do whatever. They only had one law, and the one law was don't eat from that tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That tree was put in there so that because a lot of people ever wonder, like, why did God put that tree there in the first place? It was there, so do you trust me? Do you trust me? That's not me, but God. God's saying, Adam and Eve, do you trust me? That's what that tree was there for. That was their church. That was their religion. Do you trust me? And that's where the devil came in. The devil's like, did God really say? But matter of fact, God doesn't want you to eat from that tree because he knows you'll be just like him, and he doesn't want that. And all twisting all around. But ever since that moment, well, we think we know better. We from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, now we think we know better than God. And now that we think we know better, now we also go and we constantly have all these excuses and mistakes because we continue to give in to think that we can be like God. We can do all these things. We can do this wonderful stuff. And no, we can't. I mean, think about this. What did Adam and Eve do immediately after they realized they ate from that tree and they realized their eyes were opened, and now they realized they were naked, they were ashamed, and they put on fig leaves? Can you imagine that they put on these fig leaves? Oh, done. We've covered everything up. God won't know. Yeah, he does. And then here comes God, and what do? Instead of running to their Lord, running to God, running to, please forgive me, I'm so sorry I messed up. Instead of think about that. When you were in trouble, did you run to your parents and say, please forgive me, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have done that? Or did you run and hide from them? We typically run and hide. That's what we do. We run and hide from God, thinking that we can just cover it up and he won't notice. And man, the devil's good at that. There's a song out there by Morgan Wallen. It's called Genesis. And let me read the right words for you here. But it talks about that he knew what I'd battle. He knew what would tempt me. He threw out the apple and said, let there be women, let there be whiskey. Because we all have our vices. And the devil knows exactly how to tempt us and get us to give into those different things in life. And it's not the apple anymore. It's all these other different things to try to trick us thinking we can be like God and we can do this and we know better and all this stuff. And we try to justify, we do all these things. And here it is, we cover it up. We try to cover it up with a fig leaf. I mean, now think about that in your life. What in life is your fig leaf? What are you trying to cover up? Thinking that you can get away with it. Because in the end, you can't. I mean, but here's the beauty of it. Understanding that we are sinners, did God right away? I mean, there were consequences by all means. There's consequences for the woman, consequences for the man, and they both got kicked out of the garden. Consequences, absolutely. But they did, that's it, I'm done, I'm over with you. No, he then took them and he clothed them, which meant an animal now had to die. He did that for his creation. He didn't just kick him out, but he then went to the devil and said, you're done, buddy. I am going to have this happen. And we get that beautiful salvation given to us in Genesis chapter 3:15. And so we need to understand that, yes, we make mistakes, but go to our Heavenly Father and ask for forgiveness. Not to say, oh, I can do whatever I want, but go to him. And instead of trying to cover it up with a fig leaf, go to him and say, please forgive me. Run to him because he loves you so very much. So for this week, I ask you, what in your life are you trying to cover up? And really take that to God and ask for forgiveness. God's blessings on your week. Thank you so much for watching our videos. If you like our content, please like, share. It'd be greatly appreciated if you want to help donate and help us to be able to continue to put forth godly content out there. We'd love that as well. And certainly pray that you can go to church. If you're in the Marana area, we're in northwest Tucson, Arizona. If you're here, man, we'd love to have you and see you in service. If not, but you can find a local church. I have my bias. I'd prefer you go to an LCMS Lutheran church, but hopefully it's a godly preaching church, and just go and really build your relationship with Christ. So I pray that, and I thank you so much again for watching.